we're live. It is 7 o'clock or thereabouts. Stayed up way too late last night, but I did get one request after doing yesterday's video, which was mostly lifting, and that was to add some cardio in. And I hate cardio, especially the type that we're about to do, which is high intensity interval training. And I'm not fond of this, not ready for it at all, because I'm tired and I want to go back to sleep. But we're going to try and do it. So we have a series that we're going to do: mountain climbers, side lunges, high jumps, planks. What else? We got burpees, we got high knees, side planks, and we're going to go through that series, and it's going to be like high interval or high intensity interval training. But I'm not going to use any timers. I'm just going to go until I pretty much can't. So part of this video from 7 to 7:30, if I can't talk, there's a reason for that. It's because I'm pretty smoked from these exercises. So I'm already somewhat warm. I always ride my bike in the morning, but I'll do a little bit of warm-up. If anyone wants to follow me along, you'll need to be warm for these exercises, or else it could be pretty bad. So to warm up, if you want to, it's a pretty easy one. Just a variation of marching in place, just to get the blood flowing a little bit before we go straight into mountain climbers, because those aren't fun and they're not going to be easy. But we'll start with a little bit of the lower impact exercises first, and then by the end we are going to be doing some jumping, some side to side lunges. So if you are going to be following along, you're going to need some space. 6 feet, I don't know, how far can you jump? That's how far you need. And be careful about your ceiling. If you can jump really high, you might hit your head. So a few more seconds of warm-ups. Take some deep breaths. It's the morning, it sucks. This is the last thing I want to be doing. I'd much rather be lifting, if anything, but they wanted to see cardio, so do some cardio. Alright, a few more seconds. So we'll probably be doing about 30 seconds. That's probably as long as I can go without dying, especially up here at elevation. It sucks. But we're going to start with mountain climbers. And if you're not familiar with mountain climbers, you're about to be. Mountain climbers, you get down on all fours. If you can see me. Oh, I thought that was a comment. All right, so you're down on all four, and basically what you're going to do is bring your knees up. So as close to your arms as you can bring them. So you're doing a plank, and then bring your knees up. And when you're doing this, make sure you're breathing the whole time. So don't hold your breath. It's really easy on a plank or any stomach exercises to start holding your breath. Don't do it. That would be detrimental. So we're going to do this, and probably go as long as I can. And anyone following along, you go as long as you can, and then we'll take a little break and go on to the next one. And after the first time through the circuit, we'll be able to go a little bit faster because I won't have to explain them. So let's get started. Remember to keep breathing. Don't hold the breath. Don't pronate the shoulders. Keep them back. As deep as breath as you can. Breathe through the stomach, not the chest. Light touches with the toes, and then bring them forwards. A few more seconds. And 3, 2, and 1. Well, if I wasn't awake before, I am now. When I first came up here to Colorado Springs to be on elevation where we're at like 6,000 feet, I came from Ohio and Cleveland where we're at like 0. Doing these types of things was terrible. You couldn't breathe at all. It was one of the first few days I was out here. My wife thought it'd be funny to bring me up the incline, and I had a fever that day, and it hailed on us on the way up. And I just remember how terrible that was, trying to do the incline with the fever the first few days in Colorado Springs, but still alive. So, all right, our next one is going to be side-to-side lunges. So basically, you just want to push off. You're going to be using a lot of the glutes just to push yourself side to side shuffle, side to side lunge, call it what you will, but continuously for about 30 seconds is pretty tough. So keep your shoulders back. Make sure you're pushing through the glutes, primarily not as much the quads. You'll use the quads, but not, you want the glutes to be the primary mover, your A, B ductors. So let's go. Side to side lunges. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe. This is a lot like my college routine. This is what we did in college baseball. And some of the guys on the team at Cleveland State, they lost a lot of weight doing a routine quite similar to this. And keep going for a few more seconds. Keep the knee bent, don't let it lock when you land. Keep breathing. Almost there. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so those are side-to-side lunges. So we started with mountain climbers, doing side-to-side lunges. The next is a fun one, burpees. Well, when I say fun, I mean more so miserable, but they get the job done. So in a burpee, what you're going to be doing, yeah, I think you can see me on the camera, but you're going to go down, jump out into a plank, go to the ground, do a push-up, high knees in, and then jump. So again, we're going down in a squat, into a plank, into a push-up, and into a jump. So that's, I think it's a burpee, I don't know. Up, down. Remember the Titans? Something like that. We're going to do up, downs till Blue is no longer tired. All right, a few more seconds. A few more breaths and we're going to get going. And we're going to do this one probably for about 30 seconds. I don't know, I don't have a timer. I just go until I start to get tired. And let's go. Down, push up, jump. Down, plank, push up, jump. Breathe. Don't stop breathing. Few more seconds. These ones are awful. And 3, 2, 1. Those are burpees. Next, we're going to go a little easier, a little less impact. It's going to be the front plank. So it'll be more of a core exercise, which is good. Because I'm out of breath and my legs are tired. Little sister got me this shirt years ago for my birthday. It's one of my favorite shirts. I don't know if you can read it, but it says, "I got your back." It's a little old and tattered. I'm pretty much just talking to not have to do the next exercise. All right, front planks. I'll do it sideways. So, yeah, go on your elbows, pull your shoulders back, tuck your hips. So you're doing you don't want your butt, you don't want your lower back to be arched like that. You want a rather straight lower back, and then breathe. And that's a lower plank. You should feel a lot of obliques, a lot of abdominals, maybe a little bit of rectus femoris or hip flexors. But I think that's about time. So let's go ahead and give it a try. Can you talk about your inspiration? Oh, after this set, yes. Let's go into front planks. Okay. Shoulders back. You don't want your shoulders pronated. You don't want your shoulder blades popping out. Lock them back and in. And again, don't let your butt arch too much. You want it to be relatively straight in the lower back. And breathe. Don't forget to breathe. It's hard to breathe sometimes when you're doing stomach exercises, but keep going. A few more seconds. Breathe. Okay, done. Johnny, you asked the inspiration for my outfit. My little sister has Down syndrome, and so when she thinks of me and gets me a shirt, it means a lot. So I try to wear this shirt as much as I can, just because it's special to me. So yeah. All right. She's back in Ohio, so I don't get to see her that much. All right, next one we're gonna do is side lunges. She used to actually do workouts like this with me. That was part of her therapy, because they have slower, Down syndrome tend to have slower metabolism, so she'd do workouts with me, and she's pretty tough. But side plank, so we're right here. Try to keep this as straight as possible, and you're gonna keep the bottom side as straight as possible also. Take deep breaths. Okay, so let's actually just go ahead and start right now. I think that's been plenty of time. Get too sidetracked talking. If you have, it's hard to see some of the comments. So if you really have a question, just keep posting it. Eventually I'll see it. All right, so up on a side plank, deep breaths. You're gonna use the abdominals, the obliques, the transverse abdominals. Use some shoulder muscle, but make sure you breathe. We're gonna do this for who knows how long. As long as I can hold it. Jeez, my obliques aren't that strong. Apparently this video is good for me. I'm suffering. And 2 and 1. All right, not much break. Let's go to the other side. About a 10-second break. Just to take a few deep breaths. As much as you can, breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, and be a belly breather, not your chest. You have 2 lobes to your lung. I might have said that wrong, but basically 2 compartments to the lung. If you breathe through your chest, you're missing some of the bottom ones. So when you take your breaths, breathe through the lower part of your stomach. It'll help take a deeper breath. All right, other side. Deep breaths. Keep this as straight as possible. Don't let it sag. Few more seconds. And almost there. 2 and 1. All right. Oh. So there's side planks. I think the heat is on in my house. It's already like 7 degrees outside. Why is the heat on? Okay, the next one is going to be a tough one on the knees, a high jump. And it's also tough if you have a low profile ceiling. So if you have knee problems, maybe just do a squat. You know, don't do the actual jump. I'm going to be doing high jumps, but if you just want to do a squat and then come back up, that's good too. Remember with squats that if you have lombardosis, if you have a big arch in your back and you stand like this, like I do, make sure to pull your hips forwards so you're not sticking your glutes out. So pull your hips forwards, and when you go down, make sure your knees don't go over your toes. So you don't want to be doing this. That's just terrible. It creates a lot of pressure on the front capsule of the knee. So hips forwards, no butt out, hips forwards, down and up. I put my arms out because it's easier to balance. So we're going to start that, and then we're almost through one set. We're probably going to be doing 3. So Aaron, who stays with me, and then after this at 7:30 or thereabouts, we're going to start legs. All right, let's start before we take too long off. High jumps. This is a tough one, so we won't go that long. Remember to breathe as much as you can. And 3, 2, and 1. I saw that. I do love doing this, Danielle. I saw that. Thank you. It's fun to be doing it. Besides right now when I'm really out of breath. The next one we're going to be doing is just simple crunches. Not much to explain besides one of the biggest things that I see people do in the gym that just makes me cringe is I don't want them to hurt their spine, but a lot of people, yeah, you can see, will be here and they're like pulling their head up and they're really rounded at the neck, and it's more of a neck crunch than anything. So let's not do that. Let's be right here, and as much as you can, keep your back straight. So you don't want to be crunching, as the name implies, but rather lifting yourself up. It's probably a terrible explanation. You have no idea. I don't think I explained it very well, but if you copy how I do it, it'll be a little bit safer for your spine and just more effective in general for the stomach and the abdominals. So I think that's about enough time. Let's go into crunches right here. Remember, breathe. Don't forget to breathe. And 3, 2, and 1. All right. Okay. High knees is the last one. And then we're going to go through that routine again. And the only reason I'm doing this again, if you weren't with me at the beginning, is because I was asked to. I hate cardio. But people wanted to see cardio, and it's hard to do cardio when you don't have a bike or an elliptical or a treadmill on your own. So you go through this, you'll burn just as many carbs as you will on the treadmill or the elliptical. It's not easy. I think I'm in pretty good cardio shape because I do the bike every morning, and this is kicking my butt. So last one in the routine in the circuit is going to be high knees. And high knees, it's just staying in place, lift your knee up as high as possible without hurting yourself. You don't want to be crunching at the back. So just lift your knees up without doing this. And we're going to do that for about 30 seconds, and then we'll start all the way over with mountain climbers. All right, let's start. So long as we can go on this one. Keep breathing. Almost there. Okay, that's good. It was easier when I was in college because I was 160 pounds. Now I'm a lot more than that. It's harder to move all this weight around. Boy. Okay, so that was round one. Pretty much we're gonna take a few seconds, go straight back into round two. So if you're following, you're watching, we already did one round of this. You can pick up right now and start with us. It's still gonna be another, I don't know what time is it. Oh, it's already 7:26. Well, we're going through this again. So I was planning on only 30 minutes, but it looks like it's gonna be closer to 45 because we're getting through this again. All right, let's start. Mountain climbers. Again, if you are joining me, make sure you have 6 feet side to side because we are doing side lunges and you're not below light. Mountain climbers though, plank position, lift, bring your knees up. We're gonna do this as long as I can. Breathe too, don't hold your breath. Shoulders back. And 3, 2, 1. Okay. Side to side lunges next. Take a few seconds. We'll go straight into that. Trying to catch my breath. If you don't have any questions, no? Yeah. All right, side to side lunges. Just going back and forth, the side to side shuffle, okay? Press off with your glutes. I'm gonna do this again, pretty much as long as I can. Remember to breathe. Don't hold your breath. Jump as far as you can. And 3, 2, and 1. All right. No questions? You guys joining me, or are you just watching? It's a lot more fun to join. All right, next one we're gonna be doing is burpees. They're terrible, but we're gonna do it. Burpees, you jump down into a plank, into a push-up, back up, and then a jump. A few more seconds. I was gonna do this outside, which would have been a lot more fun, but couldn't get the stupid internet to work. All right, and let's go ahead and start our burpees. Down, push up, jump. Remember to breathe, keep breathing. One more. Okay. I feel like once we get past burpees, everything else is easy from there on. Burpees just really suck. Next one we're going to be doing though is planks. We're doing front planks, side planks consecutively. So front plank and then side and side plank. So just remember, if you are doing this with me, breathe. It's hard to talk, do this and talk. It's It's a lot easier to do this when I'm not talking. Legs are gonna be miserable. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to talk to you guys. All right, front planks. We're right here. Remember, try to keep your back as straight as possible. Keep your shoulder blades tucked as much as you can. And breathe. Don't let your back, your lower back, start to round out like that. So pull your lower back in. Only a few more seconds. And done. All right. Any questions? No. Any extra, is there any cardio exercises that you guys really like that I'm not doing? Put it on the screen. Give it a try. Bring them on camera. Oh, I see. I'm new to technology. I don't know much about that. Facebook. All right, side planks. Right here, you're going to hold yourself with your obliques. You're going to use a little bit of shoulder. You're going to use a little bit of hip abductor. So let's hold this as long as we can. Keep breathing. It's getting a lot shorter this round. Almost done. After this one, we're going to go straight to the other side, so no break in between. And 3, 2, and 1. Right to the other side. All right, other side planks. Shoulders back, core straight. Again, you're using a little shoulder, a lot of core, and a little bit of hip abductors. And breathe. I'm supposed to be breathing in through my nose, not through my mouth, and I don't heed my own advice. A few more seconds. Oh, yeah. Okay. Side planks. We're almost through the second circuit. We're going to try to get through this one more time. But here comes the most miserable one, high jumps. Again, if you can't do jumps, if your knees can't handle it because they're been injured in some way, just do a squat. Just make sure you're doing it right. So keep the hips tucked. If you have a big arch in your back, pull it in, do a pelvic tilt forwards, and then keep your knees behind your toes. So you don't want to be over here. You want to keep your knees behind the toes, keep the weight in the heel, and you should feel it a lot in the glutes. Okay. If I don't die, we're going to do high jumps. One more second. Okay, let's do high jumps. Don't hold your breath when you jump. Breathe fluidly all the way through. A few more. And 2, and 1. Oh boy. Okay, after high jumps we're doing crunches, so let's take it easy here for a second. Okay. Never thought I'd be doing this when I saw Richard Simmons as a kid. It's like, how can you ever do that live in front of people? But once I saw Shaun T, I was like, yeah, no, that's more acceptable. He's pretty cool. All right, some crunches. I do crunches until I can't do them anymore. So let's go. Again, with crunches, we're not bringing our neck forwards. We're just coming straight up with our chest. You're trying to point your chest to the sky, specifically your sternum. So. And 3, 2, and 1. Oh boy. Oh. I don't know if we can go through this again. I think we're just going to start legs after this. I think that's enough. We're going to end it with high knees. Like Rocky jump rope style high knees. As high as you can, as fast as you can, as long as you can. Until you pass out. No, don't do that. That'd be bad. All right, a few more seconds and we'll start high knees. Again, high knees is just right here. Land really light, so don't be landing on your heels. Land nice on, soft on your toes. And, all right, a few more seconds. I need to breathe, I'm gonna die. Okay, high knees, and let's go. We're gonna go with high knees until we can't anymore. Okay, so that's gonna finish off the cardio for today because I'm already past some time. You can keep doing this circuit if you want to. I had planned on going through it 3 times, but apparently I'm not as good a shape as I thought I was. So maybe next time we'll make it through 3 times. But for now, we want to end with high knees and just see how long you can go. Push it a little bit, and actually push it a lot, and do it with me. You feel much better after you do it, I promise. All right, let's go. Breathe, don't forget to breathe. You're not gonna make it very long if you don't breathe. I don't have a timer in here, so I don't know how long I'm gonna make it, but I like to, when I'm doing these workouts, especially cardio, think about why you're doing it. I think personally I'm a little bit of a masochist, but if you have a better reason than that, keep it in mind. Hopefully it'll keep you going. Don't stop. Getting there. I'm almost out. I can hear my coach yelling in the background. Get them knees up. I don't wanna. Okay, knees aren't going up anymore. I'm done. Everything burns. Well, for those who are still with me, we're gonna do legs now. So now comes the workout. That was cardio, and this is the workout. But I need to catch my breath. I need a little bit of oxygen because legs are tough. Does anyone have weights there? Does anyone have dumbbells? Bricks, cinder blocks, giant logs, anything that you can use to hold on to and add some weight to your body. That would be fantastic. If you don't, a lot of these exercises, man, you don't need weight for. We're going to be doing squats, lunges, deadlift, which you can do single leg deadlift. And a lot of times, this is your first, second, third time, you're not going to need much weight. So you can just do a single leg deadlift with no weight and practice on your balance, and you'll get sore. And you can do, if you have something to balance on, like a rope that you can hang from a door, or anything that you can hold on to that's slightly mobile, you can try one-legged squats. Those are pretty advanced, so be careful. Maybe not go down very far. But a lot of these things you don't need weights. But if you do have a plate or a dumbbell or bar or anything like that, that's all you need. Just a dumbbell, if you have that, that'd be fantastic, or something about this size. You know, if you have a crate, you could fill it with, you know, the plastic crates, you could fill that with something. Milk jugs, man, I don't know, be creative. All I've had the last few years is dumbbells to lift with that. I mean, I have a gym too, but I don't really use the gym all that much because I like lifting by myself. So, all right, let's do legs. It's about time. What do we want to start with? All right, let's just start with squats. Get form right. Squats, legs, deadlift, lunges are so easy to mess up. So we're going to try to do some proper form first. I should have worn tight pants, but anyways, with a squat, what you want to do, you're coming down, you don't want your butt to arch. So if you have a big arch in your lower back, like I do, pull your butt in so you're doing a pelvic tilt forwards. So you want your back relatively straight, shoulders back, and you go down. You know, make sure your knees don't go over your toes. So we're not here. That will just create a whole bunch of shear in the knee. It's bad, don't do it. So keep the knees behind the toes, and you should feel a lot, you're dropping the hips. You're going down at the hips, not at the knees, right? So what we're gonna do, let's try a set of 12 squats. I'm gonna do my first set without weight. I'm still smoked. All right, let's try it. Set of squats, I'm gonna do it from the side. If you're watching, do it with me. It's good for you. All right, let's go down, push up. Make sure you're pushing through the heels and through the glutes. Down, heels and glutes. You don't want your knees wobbling. So we're gonna push through the heels more, and that will use the glutes, which are stabilizers for the knees. If you can't quite go down that far, don't do it. But keep those knees steady through the heels. Your pelvic tilt forward so you don't have lumbardosis in the back. Shoulders back. And I have no idea, I don't count. So maybe that was like 8 something. Crawford, you counting? And 3 more. And 1 more. All right. Get the feeling for squats. What was that? It is. But squats are fantastic. You can get squats down. Imagine how many times you squat during the day. Lunges and squats. You know, you squat down to pick something up. If you do that wrong every time, by the time you hit 60 years old, you're not going to be feeling too well. Or if you lunge down, I mean, let's say you have kids, and you lunge down, and you lunge wrong, and you put your knee in front of your toes. Every time you do that, you're creating a whole bunch of shear in the knee joint, which means the top knee, the top bone slides forwards, and you slowly chip off a little bit of cartilage. So, you perfect lunges and you perfect squats, you'll save yourself from a lot of knee trouble. Okay, weights. Doing our second set of squats. If you got weights, awesome, use them. Grab those, hold the weights, hold your shoulders back. You don't want your shoulders pronated, hold them back. And put your feet where you're comfortable. I prefer a closer stance. My brother, he stands really wide when he does squats. Whatever feels more anatomically comfortable to you. And let's go. We're going for 15 reps. Breathe. Don't hold your breath. Even when you're at the bottom, Breathe. A few more. Okay, maybe just one more. And done. Okay. Okay, keep breathing. Because when you go down and you start to hold your breath, personally for me, it sets off a whole bunch of my nerves. I don't know why. What was the question? Gustavo. Haven't heard that name in a while. I didn't see the question. I need to get a bigger screen so I can actually know when you guys are asking questions. All right, we're gonna do the second set. I don't like taking much time, so let's get right into it. You want to keep that heart rate up. Well, for what I'm doing, I want to keep my heart rate up. I'm not necessarily going for strength, and not really necessarily going for size, but you do this and you'll get size. But just keeping a quick pace, get a nice workout in, keep the body moving right, keep yourself strong, and you get done quick. So, Josh Reynolds. What's up, buddy? Let's go. When you do a squat, you almost want to not push yourself up, but pull yourself up with your posterior chain. And what that means, your posterior chain is your glutes, your hamstrings, the muscles along your spine, your spinalis erectors, your lats. And you want to, like a deadlift, pull yourself up more so than push. All right, and again, we're going for anywhere between 8 and 15 reps. I just go until I can't. Everything is until I can't. So I can't go anymore, that is. You don't have to do that, but it's fun for me, so that's how I like to do it. But when I was in college, I actually broke my right knee, and squatting had a big part to do with that, because college coaches, they don't know anything about lifting. They're college baseball coaches, they don't know, it's not their job. So I would just do things horribly wrong, and no one ever corrected me, and my knees were way in front of my my toes, and actually I shattered this knee coming down with probably too much weight. And then I further broke it stretching. Broke my knee stretching. But basically, if you do squats wrong, you're going to pay for it. So don't do them wrong. There's someone tagging. We have a canal behind our house, and that's my backyard. And there's a dude out there tagging the canal. Kids. All right, let's go. Another set. Remember, keep those knees behind the toes. Keep breathing. Pull yourself up with the posterior chain. Try not to push as much as you can. And push your limits. If you think this is the last rep, take a second, do another one. If that's the last rep, take a second, do another one. If you get dizzy, good. Just don't pass out. Okay, was that 3? Yeah, I think think that was 3. We're gonna do one more. Oh, he just got caught. There's the police. Who tags it 7:30? What time is it? I don't even know. Like 8? Who wakes up in the morning and be like, yeah, no, I really want to take some spray paint and go spray some concrete. I'll get it. All right, we're going to do one more set of squats. Not much rest time. Oh, I am sweating through my hat. It's gross. All right, one more. Remember, using the glutes. You're pushing through the heels, keep the knees behind the toes, shoulders back, breathe. Man, I'm tired. A few more, come on. If you're doing this with me, don't stop. Nice and slow on the way down. Oh man. A few years ago, that was extremely difficult to be able to do squats for me. Everything hurt because I had done so much form wrong. And it's just unfortunate that there's a lot of misinformation out there that just gets people hurt. But if you guys have questions, anyone who's been watching for a second about squats, or put it on the screen. If I don't respond, put it on the screen again. I'll try to answer it as best I can, but I just, in my experience, it's so much better to ask because I injured myself too many times. All right, we're gonna do some deadlift now. Just the fundamentals of legs, squats, deadlifts, lunges. We're gonna stick with that because keep it simple is really, I mean, it's the best way to go. It works pretty well. You'll gain some size, you'll get some cardio burn and some burn and some cardio exercise out of it. So deadlift, if you have a bar, that's fantastic. It'll be much easier to do deadlift with. Otherwise, it turns into somewhat of a squat. I'm assuming most people don't have bars. Maybe you don't even have it, something at all. I forgot to do modifications. So if you don't have any weights at all for a deadlift, this is what we're gonna do. One leg, balance. Again, don't let your butt stick out. Pull your butt in. One leg, you're gonna go down, and you're gonna come back up. Whoop, lost my balance. It's quite difficult. But I taught a silver sneakers class. For those of you who don't know, that's people who are like 65 and above. And I had a 93-year-old who could do a one-legged deadlift for like 15 reps. She was insane. Her name was, I think it was Minerva. Kept thinking of Harry Potter. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. Harry Potter, Minerva. Nice. Okay, so dumbbells. With the deadlift, if you have dumbbells or something heavy, you're gonna have it in front of you. Keep your butt tucked so you're not here, right here. Keep your shoulders back, and you're pulling up with your lats. So you're almost finishing with your lats, your butt, your glutes, and your hamstrings. So it's a pulling motion, not a push, not quads. Hamstrings, glutes, lats. Okay. Postural chain is going to serve you a lot better than the anterior chain. So right here, finish. You finish with almost a pelvic thrust. And I know that sounds maybe not like something you think of when lifting, but it's a good way to think of it. You finish by flexing your glutes. So come up, and you finish by flexing the glutes. So I'm gonna hold them right here and do a wide deadlift. And breathe. When you come down all the way to the bottom, breathe. So even when you're down here and you're holding all that weight, breathe. my knees start to go a tiny bit in front of my toes, and that's not at all what you want. So make sure you check yourself and you got your form right. A few more reps. And that's good. All right. Oh, so legs, when you do legs, they're the biggest muscle group you have. Quads, hamstrings, glutes, your spinalis erectors, calf. It's the largest muscle group that you can work together, so you burn the most amount of calories. So if you really want to burn calories, muscle, get a cardio workout, legs is pretty much the way to go. So we're gonna jump right back into another set of legs. Oh, after I catch my breath. Another set of deadlift. Man, there's names on here I haven't seen in so long. Destiny, Alexa, Josh. All right, let's go again. Okay. I really hope you guys are doing this with me and not just watching. I don't want to be the only one suffering here. And this time, if you notice, I'm doing a closer stance. Don't have to. Again, just do whatever your body's comfortable with. My back started around. That's enough for me. But again, if you didn't hear me at the beginning when you're doing deadlift, you got to make sure you don't have a huge arch in your back, and you keep mostly your glutes and your legs engaged, and not so much the lower back. It's really easy to herniate a disc if you're too far this way or too far that way. So really focus on driving through your glutes, through your hamstrings, pulling with your upper back to finish the movement. It should be good. All right, one more set. And then we're gonna go on to lunges. Make sure your weights stay tight. All right. So again, pushing through the heels, pulling through the back. And anyone who's watching now, you gotta join me for cardio before this. So you did cardio to start it out, get nice and warm, and then do legs. You keep your metabolism going faster for days. It's worth it. One more. All right, so again with the reps, I don't really have a set rep range. I usually have a set. I do 3 sets. But not reps. I just go until I can't go anymore. And I think in terms of building constitution, that's not a bad idea. Just go until you can't go no more. It's tough, it's not easy, but the more I do it, the better I get at it. Carries over to other parts of life. All right, next we're doing lunges before I get too far off topic. Lunges, again, are very essential. How many lunges do you do during a day? Go down and pick up your clothes, pick up a kid, whatever it is. You're doing a lot of them, so if you're doing them wrong, you're gonna end up with knee problems. So watch my front leg. 90% of the weight's on my front leg. Again, keep the pelvic tilt forwards if your butt's too far out, and the knee does not go past the toe. So right here, push right through the glute and stand up. Okay, so that's what a lunge looks like. Don't fall over here. Keep your back straight, and we'll go from there. I need 1 second though. All right, let's do some lunges. Where's Mr. Robert McGill? He's supposed to be doing legs with me. McQuill. All right, right here. Let's do some lunges. Remember, keep that butt tucked. You don't want your butt sticking way out like that. Go through the hip, go through the glutes. If balance is hard for you, keep your eyes set on one fixed point. It'll help a lot. And breathe, don't forget to breathe. We gotta keep going, gotta keep breathing. If you don't have any weights, just do your body weight. Lunges are tough, and if you don't do these on a regular basis, you're not gonna need weight. So do it without. We're gonna do 3 sets. Very small rest time in between. I'm losing my breath now. If there's a better time that everyone would be available, I can always lift at a different time. So just shoot me a message if you want, or if another time would be easier. We can just start at a different time. All right, let's do another set of lunges. Again, these are all home exercises that you can do with or without weights. So if you're bored of being cooped up in the quarantine, just tune in at 7:30, and we'll be doing a lift every day pretty much. At least 4 days a week, if not more. We'll see. All right. Lunges. Keep your butt tucked. Push through the heels. Make sure your knee does not go over your toes. Nice, slow, and controlled. And breathe. Keep breathing, keep going, keep breathing. I know lunges suck, they're tough, but if you can get good at them, it'll help your balance, help your overall strength, help your cardio. Help your walking longevity. One more each leg. Two more sets. If you're just joining now, we're doing cardio in the morning starting at 7 and then lifting at 7:30. And again, if you're cooped up, you're bored, just jump on and watch this and do these lifts with me so I don't have to do them by myself. And then post comments so I know. It gets boring lifting by yourself after 6 years. All right, but I figured might as well, if I'm lifting, might as well just put it online. So if you don't do it, I'm still gonna be lifting here. All right, let's do another set of lunges. If you don't have dumbbells, grab something heavy. If you don't have something heavy, do body weight. Focus on balance, control, moving very slowly. Right here. My back's upright, pushing through my heels. Knees aren't going over my toes. And I'm breathing. Breathing is a big component. Most people that I train will hold their breath as they go down, especially the more difficult the lift becomes. But you don't want that internal pressure. All right, one more rep. Oh, you can see I lose my balance a little bit too. It's not, lunges aren't easy. I remember watching guys, they would take a barbell, throw it on their back with like 135 and do lunges around the track to finish their workout. That's insane. I'd be dead halfway around. But that's what we're working for. I guess that's why we're, what's up, Caleb? I guess that's why we're doing cardio first too, so we can get to that point. All right, let's do one more set of lunges. Oh, the second good thing is when you flex these leg muscles, you're it's a part of the cardio system. When you flex muscle, it helps pump blood back up to the heart. So if you have blood pooling in your legs, if they are swollen, if they're kind of just achy feeling, the more you move them, the more you get them moving, get them oiled, get them stronger. Weight-bearing exercises increases bone density, tendon strength, elasticity, muscle elasticity. It's just all around really good. And lifting can help stop dementia when you get older. The more blood flow you get to the brain, the better it's going to work. All right, let's do another set. Remember, your knees not going in front of your toes. Pressing through the heels, through your glutes. Keeping your back straight. Breathing. And don't stop. When you think you're done, keep going. And if you don't have weights, you don't need them. Just do body weight lunges. Okay, that's the last set of lunges. So we can do some sumo squats next, and that will target the glutes, and for me, the outside of the quad is where I feel it most, the glutes and the outside of the quad. So we'll do some of those, and then we'll do some calves, and for now we'll call that pretty good, just because if you haven't done this before and you do all these sets, you're gonna be feeling it tomorrow. So we'll call it good after this one, or after these two. And we're gonna superset them. So we're gonna do sumo squats and superset that with calves. Again, if you don't have any weights, just do a sumo squat body weight. So sumo squat, it's gonna be wider stance, toes pointed out, through the heels. Okay, so from a side view, right here. But the difference between a normal squat is we're way out here and the toes are pointed out. You remember your knees, they always follow your toe. So if you see with my knee here, when I squat down, now you can't see my toe. When I squat down, my knee is pointing the same direction as my toe. Instead of in or out, it's pointing the same direction. And you just want to stay on the outside C of your foot and push through the heel as much as you can. I did not eat between cardio and lifting. I'm feeling that now. But it is what it is. All right, so let's do some sumo squats again. If you don't have weights, just do them without any weight. You don't need to use weight. So, but if you do have weights and you want to use them, fantastic. So I got mine feet wide, a little bit, I don't know, a little bit wider than shoulders width, shoulders back. I'm gonna go down, really pushing through the glutes. You want to focus really on going through the glutes. You do not want this to feel like it's in the knees. You want to feel like you're just dropping your hips, and the knees aren't really part of it. Your glutes, your butt's just moving you up and down. You're only dropping the hips. You're not moving forwards. So in other words, when you go down, drop the hips, not the knees. So you don't want to be doing that. You want to just drop the hips. One of the best ways to think about it, well, at least for my silver sneakers classes, was they always said the best way for them to imagine how to do a proper squat was hovering over a porta potty. You know, because you never want to sit on a porta potty. Well, if you're a girl, guys don't sit and pee very often. But hovering over a porta potty, and that really is dropping the glutes. And that'll get you proper form for squats and lunges. And if you get dizzy, eat more. Man, I did not eat from in between cardio and this. And I'm feeling it now. Let's do another set. Candy. Haven't seen that name in a while either. Heard you graduated with your master's, I think. Congratulations. Keep your knees behind your toes, shoulders back, pushing through the glutes. Do a few more sets, or a few more reps. Alright, that's good. You really, on the amount of sets you're doing, a good rule of thumb to follow is 8 to 15 reps. But what I found personally for me is I like to push until I'm pretty done. I mean, I could go further. I could do another set or another rep if I really had to. But when I stop, it's usually because my muscles are quite fatigued or I'm quite dizzy. One of the two. Again, my fault because I didn't eat. But I like to wake up, drink coffee, and go straight into cardio. It's probably not the best idea, but it is what it is, and I like it. All right, let's do one more set of, we're doing sumo squats. And if you just started watching, what? Why, thank you. Oh yeah, so we're doing, if you don't have weights, dumbbells, just do all these without. Just do them body weight. And if this is your first time doing it, or your second or your third, and you do enough reps with just body weight, you're gonna feel it the next day. So you can do body weight until you find a concrete block or something you can pick up. So let's do our body weight sumo squats or weighted ones. And remember, knees don't go in front of the toes. I'm gonna keep saying that. Press through the heels. So you're using your glutes and not as much your knees. So you're dropping your hips. And we're gonna just try for as many reps as we can get. And that's good. I said we were gonna superset it, but I got too dizzy, so we couldn't do that. But now we're getting into, you can do more sets of this. If you're not fatigued yet, if you're a veteran at lifting, you're probably going to need a little bit more than what I'm doing. So keep doing a few more sets, do 4 or 5 sets. But if this is your first time, don't do that. If you've never heard of DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness, and you do all this the first time, you'll feel it. And basically what it is you're not sore the day after you lift, but the 2 days after, you wake up and you just can barely move. And it's called delayed onset muscle soreness, and it's what happens when you do a little bit too much. And it's terrible. You try to get out of bed and you feel like you're 95 years old. All right, we're gonna do calves now, and then we're almost done. Gosh, what time is it? Yeah, so that'll be about an hour and a half. So you can either, if you start with me at 7, you can do cardio. You can start with me at 7:30 and you can do the lift. Or you can start and go all the way through, do cardio and a lift. And it takes about an hour and a half. I mean, that's not that bad. It's what I've been doing for the last 4 or 5 years, and I went from 160 pounds to about 220 now. And it works. I can run again. My knees are feeling better. If you do this, you'll see good things. So, all right, enough of that. Let's do some calves. Calf raises, pretty easy. There's not a whole bunch to it. The one thing to be conscious of, if you're flat-footed, I'm flat-footed. Flat-footed means when you step, your whole foot is on the ground. If you are flat-footed, do not do calf raises off of a flat foot. You want the outside C of your foot, okay? Does that make sense? The outside C, from the heel all the way around to the pad. That's how you step. And so when you do a calf raise, that's how you do a calf raise. You start from the heel, go to the outside of the foot, and then go to the big toe pad. And do not press through your toes. You do not want to do calf raises through your toes. I made that mistake. If you have hammer toes, if your toes look like this, it's because you're using them too much. Don't use your toes. Use your calves and the pad of your foot, not your toes. Toes are just there for auxiliary balance. Your pad should be doing most of the work. Okay, so body weight, weighted, whatever you have or don't have, just do some calves. And so we're gonna start just right here. Remember, don't let your butt go out. Pull your butt in, go up off the pad of your foot. We're just gonna do a few reps. Get used to the feeling of going through that C, going through the outside of your foot, all the way to the outside of your pinky toe pad to the big toe, and just do quite a few reps. If that's really easy for you, go off one foot. So we're balanced. Keep your eyes on a fixed point. It'll make balance way easier. And you can do as many reps as you want. With calves, I pretty much just go until my calf won't move anymore. So I do about 20 reps each leg. And that'll be one set. It's good balance too. Gosh, if you really are good at balance, close your eyes and do this. Or if you really think you're good at balance, try drinking the night before and then doing this with your eyes closed. It's just a nightmare. All right. After, I like to do one set, as many reps as I can, one at a time, so balancing. And then after that, just do them together. So a lot of times I do this with a weight on my back or dumbbells. But for right now, I'm too dizzy. I'm just doing body weight. But after you do the one-leg calf raises, do double leg until they can't move again. And they should really start to burn. And then you don't take a break more than 10 seconds. So you go straight back into one-legged. Do as many reps as you can with your right. Do as many reps as you can with your left. Balancing if you can. It does help a lot with balance. It makes a huge difference. And if you practice balance, you're going to keep your balance. If you don't practice balance, it's going to be bad. A lot of my people that I've trained and worked with, if they didn't play a sport through their life, by the time you hit 65, your balance is gone. You don't have it. But the ones who did play a sport or keep active in some way, shape, or form, it shows just immensely in their balance and cardio. Man, even your pain tolerance, it's quite weird. All right, another set going on. So as many single calf raises as you can with your right leg. I'll stop talking, sorry. And switch it. The other thing I do a lot that's helped my calves grow, because if you notice, I have very small bone structure. I have little baby wrists. I have little baby calves. But to get my calves to grow, I've been doing a lot of jump rope too, and that's helped a lot in calf development, because I've always had quite thin calves and bones. You can see my ankle is quite small, but it does work over time. If you do enough calf raises, enough jump rope. Again, we're moving on to the next set. Right leg, as many reps as you can. Left leg, balancing as many reps as you can. And then together, as many reps as you can. But they'll grow eventually. I love jump rope though. Do jump rope. If that wasn't boring to watch for cardio, I would do that for 30 minutes in the morning. You guys could just follow along, but it's really boring. All right, right into the next set. About 10 seconds max rest for calves. And we're going to go through this 4 times. So balance, one leg. Again, we're pushing off the outside of the foot, starting from the heel, outside the foot, through the pad of the pinky toe to the pad of the big toe. So that's how it moves. That's the motion you move when you're doing a calf raise. And we're working on balance too, so keep your back as straight as you can. Breathe, don't hold your breath. And this is just finishing your leg workout. So we did squats, we did deadlift, we did sumo squats, we did lunges. Now we're doing calves to finish it off. So if you're just joining now, you can start with me. I'm gonna do Monday, I think through Thursday, start at 7 o'clock and go do cardio from about 7, 7:30, 7:40, somewhere around there, and then about 7:40 we're going to do lifting from there on out. And tomorrow will probably be, I don't know, shoulders and traps maybe. Okay, so one more set. Start balancing on one leg. You're doing your reps starting at the heel, outside the foot, going through the pad. Do as many reps as you can, balancing single leg, and then switch, balancing, do as many reps as you can. This is good balance. My left leg sucks at balance. And then do them together as many as you can. Just go really slow, go really fast, and mix it up. Whatever you do, make sure your calves are burning really bad at the end. That's pretty much what you want to end up with, which is just a lot of burn. Okay, so we've pretty much made it all the way through legs. Squats, deadlifts, sumo squats, lunges, calves. If I was going to do something else, I would just do sets of squats until basically I can't move, and I might do that. Yeah, let's do that. If you want to stop now, that's the end of the workout, but I'm going to keep going anyways. I'm going to do a little bit more. And finish with just a whole bunch of squats. Just squats, squats, squats until I can't move. And if you have any questions now, I'm about to turn off live. So if you have any questions, go ahead and post them. I can answer them. But I'm just going to finish the workout with just a giant set of squats. So set after set after set with very little rest in between. Okay. If you're doing this with me, you want to go until you can't. Just do squats until you can barely move. That's the goal here, is to kind of push and see how far your limits go. My limits aren't going that far. We're gonna do 2 more sets, just like that. Get a huge amount of blood flow to the legs. Do them fast. And really, I think this will getting the heart rate going this fast, 80% of your max, really, you start to really burn fat quick. So if you want to finish off your exercise by really getting your metabolism going, squats will do it. All right, set 2. Let's go. Breathe. Keep your knees behind your toes. Good form. Press to the heels. We're finishing off with just a miserable set. Okay, one more. Hello, mother-in-law. One more set. 10 seconds. All right, let's go. One more. This is the last set and we're done with legs. My legs are starting to fail. Nope, that's it. I'm done. Okay. Well, that's it for legs. Do as much as you want, as little as you want. But if you're in the quarantine, you're stuck, do something. And until my gym, Bond Fitness Center, is open again, I'm going to be posting these videos online starting at 7 o'clock. We do cardio most days. And 7:30, we do a lift of some sort. And it's not that difficult. If you make it a habit, you'll get bigger. And you do not need all those machines that you see at a gym. You can do this from your house. Been lifting for the last 5 years, pretty much from my house, with just dumbbells. And I put on a decent amount of size. It's pretty, it's nice and it's fun. Sounds arrogant, but if you want to just follow along, you'll get some size. You can get whatever you want out of it. If you're looking for better cardio, better endurance, you want some size because you're tiny little bone structure like me, you can get that from it. So if you have any questions, shoot me a message and I'll try to answer it. But again, I'll be here tomorrow at 7 for cardio and 7:30 for, I think, shoulders and traps. Haven't really decided yet, but join on and I'll see you then.